can tell I'm a little bit tired today. I think these weeks are slowly catching up on me. But God, I'm knackered. This is how I've already started it. So I thought I'd do another Q&A thing today about discussing the industry. I fancied actually just having a chat with people rather than trying to come up with an idea for a video theme of something, although I've kind of got an idea of something I might do later this afternoon on my way home. But yeah, it's been a busy couple of days filming in London. The weather has suddenly gone nice, which is absolutely fantastic as well. But I thought, you know what, let's have another discussion about the pickup and dating industry in London. I kind of like the idea of doing this on the regular. I think being able to discuss what the industry is about, who it's for, the good, the bad, the ugly with it, I think it's actually just genuinely important. And so once again, I've opened the chat to make it available for anyone to ask questions or, you know, share their experiences of the dating industry. And again, I've worked with it, or I've worked within it the last 16 years. I got into pickup back in 2009, and since then I've worked behind the scenes, either filming or making content with coaches, or helping them produce content, or building their businesses and stuff. So I've been it for a while. Also bear with me, sometimes the signal comes and goes on this route, but at least it is a nice day for it as well. So they get run over. Right. That's a weird way to do a 3.10, but there you go. So bear with me if the audio or signal kind of comes and goes. It's only because I think there are some dead zones on this route. But by all means though, if you've got questions about the industry or just thoughts or opinions about it, by all means, please do fire away with your questions. I'd like to think that I'm an open book with it, and I really like the idea of being able to just give more men, I guess even women as well, more insight into the industry. Help give people more of an understanding of it, how it works, the kind of people within it, and again, just talking about, like, you know, the good, the bad, the complimentary side of it, the complaint side of it. So yeah, if you've got questions, by all means, fire away. I can say I've got 6 people who are watching, and like I say, I'm an open book. I'm quite happy to talk about anything, answer any questions within it. Still within reason though. I mean, there are some things that, you know, I do believe should be private. For example, I won't discuss too much of the personal lives of coaches, because at the end of the day, that is their business. That's their personal or privacy. Yeah, again, I'm an open book. Ask me anything. Literally ask me anything. I'm open to answering your questions about the industry overall. I've been in it for enough years. I've worked with about 80 plus coaches. Pretty much any coach that you can think of who has been in London, works in London, or maybe passes through London, or has at some point, I have most likely helped them with their YouTube channel or making products, whether it be filming, giving them advice and things. Yeah, I've been in the industry long enough. So for the coaches, I would definitely say that my reputation somewhat precedes me. But for many guys out there, I mean, they'll probably be like, oh, who's this guy Daniel? But you'll probably also know my stage name, which is Camera Dan, because that's usually how a lot of coaches would refer to me. My branding with that would be this like sort of Superman cartoon, but instead it's got my face on it, and I got like a camera around my neck, and I'm like got a picture of me like flying over London. But yeah, I've been known as Camera Dan in the industry. So whether or not that is a name people are familiar with, usually sometimes though when I've been filming with coaches, they always end up saying my name at some point in their videos as well. But no, honestly, if you've got questions, please do fire away. Please fire away with anything, any burning questions you've got about the dating industry, the pickup industry, how it's evolved, the coaches within it. Maybe you're thinking about doing coaching. Maybe you're someone who's just always observed it from the sidelines, and you're like, I don't know if it's for me, or maybe it is for me. Chaco, I think I pronounced that right. Chaco, Argentina. Very cool. I think one of the things I really love with YouTube, even doing the live streams, is just the reach is just absolutely fantastic. So hello there, my friends. Augustin Temi. I apologise if I've butchered your name there. Greetings from London, which kind of makes me sound like an alien, really, saying that, like, greetings. Get my like UFO to like fly down and beam me up. Oh, mind the pub. But yeah, guys, if you've got questions, please, by all means, ask away. I mean, I know I've even put about the London pickup scene or London dating scene, but I'm quite happy to talk about the industry overall. I would just also say that my understanding of maybe different dating industry markets, such as, like, if you ask me a question about my thoughts of the dating industry in America, I'd probably only have so much I could probably say on that. I have worked with some coaches from America, but yeah, there's probably only so much feedback and so much of an opinion I can give. But London, I can give pretty much anything, literally anything. So again, if you've got questions, I'm really hoping that this doesn't become me begging for questions again. But yeah, honestly, if you've got questions, by all means, please do fire away. Yeah, I'm always interested in hearing people's thoughts about stuff. I think as well, I've got it. I might have the settings changed to that you can only really leave a comment if you're subscribed. So if you aren't yet subscribed, please do subscribe. But I hope though that you subscribe because you like my content, or you like the idea of being able to discuss the dating industry. Right, I am aware there might be a slight dead zone up here as I cross over. In fact, yeah, I can see my views are dropping. It's usually around this spot. Let's see. I should have gone. Right, go halfway. Oh, thank you very much. Okay. I always like it when people are that courteous. Although they didn't have to stop anyway, but right. So if you've got any questions, please give me your questions. Give me your questions. I'm pretty certain I've got it available, so yeah, that people who aren't subscribed can comment. But if not, then please do subscribe. And I look forward to your questions. Anything about the dating industry, anything you want. I'm an open book. I'm having flashbacks now of literally the other day that I did this. And again, I'm very sort of like empathetic that I'm probably also doing this stream when people are nearly slipped then are people are probably at work, but you know, even if you're at work, leave your question, I'll answer it, and then you can always watch this later. You can always watch this later. Again, I just love being able to, you know, speak about the industry. I'm very, very passionate about it. I think the skill or the technique of cold approaching that people can learn from it, I think should be a rite of passage. I think people should absolutely experience it because of just what it does for their confidence. It can accelerate them to a level of self-actualization that I don't think they probably realise that they could achieve. And you learn to face so many fears and so many traumas and anxiety issues that you probably wouldn't have dealt with otherwise, especially if you're doing it with someone who's experienced and they can support you through every step of the anxiety-inducing process to overcome it. I think it really is such an amazing skill, and it doesn't have to be used for dating. Cold approaching, if you really think about it, is used in every part of your life. You know, if you're going shopping to buy food, you've still got to go up to the counter and you've still got to hand over your food for it to be scanned, and maybe you've got a question to ask about something that you're buying, you know. That would be when cold approaching would be used. Maybe you're going to go to the cinema and you didn't buy tickets online, so you've gone up to the desk and you said, I'd like 2 tickets for this movie, please. That would be cold approaching. The idea that you're starting a conversation with someone you've never met before, and you're trying to build a conversation with them about something, whatever it is. And what's beautiful with it, it can be as vague as it needs to be, because it really is just the idea of going up to someone and speaking to them. It may be a situation that you would deem sociable, and also maybe a situation that you wouldn't. Like another example, like if maybe you're going for a job interview and you're wandering around the streets of London and you're like, damn, I have no idea where this is, and my phone battery is low, or my internet connection is awful. What do I do? Well, I'm going to need to ask a stranger. Excuse me, do you know where this station is? I've got a job interview there, or nearby that station, and I'm lost. You know, people will be more than happy to help you out and support you. And again, that's what I like with this ability, just to be able to be a bit more confident, be a little bit more brave to speak to people. Right, let me cross here. A lot of noise going on. There we go. So please, if you've got questions, fire away. Go on, I know you're probably all sitting there itching to share something. Go on, any questions? Any questions? Okay, we just have a look. Community moderation, live chat on, participant mode, anyone? Yep, yeah, no, it's definitely, everyone is available to be able to leave a message. It's fantastic. That's really good. So yeah, again, if you've got any questions about the dating industry in London, by all means, fire away. But it's really warm out today as well. Might have to take my hoodie off, actually. This is warm. I've also just realised as well I didn't put any suntan lotion on my head. Okay, this is going to be interesting today. Just realised that I might actually end up getting burnt. Okay. Any questions? Please, anything. Any questions about the industry? Gospel. Go on. I know you're sitting there wondering. You're like, Daniel, I've got this question about this coach, or that service, or that product from that coach. Anything, please. Any questions? I'm also going to be a bit quiet because I'm walking past what looks like a funeral service. Any questions? Someone's granddad had passed away. Any questions, guys? I'm so eager to hear your thoughts or opinions and stuff about the industry. Anything, even just saying hello. Just be brave, say hello. Crosshair. Yeah, I'm really keen to find out where else people are from around the world. Yeah, I might have to take my hoodie off actually on the train. Oh, God, I feel myself sweating. A couple of people. Anyone, please. Fire away with your questions. Oh. This is good too. Dear me. Oh, I nearly just witnessed the cat getting like run over. Jesus. Where is that? I'm quite an animal person, so that's someone's missing cat. I'm glad though that people slowed down on the street. Okay, all right, fantastic. Okay, we got a question from Ian. Fantastic. This is what I love. This is what gets my my juices flowing in a non-dirty way. Okay, so there he is. Yep, here I am. Was dating a girl for about 4 months and she broke it off. Pretty cut up about it, to be honest. Any advice on recovering and gaining positivity, or positivity in dating generally? Well, first of all, a break is obviously absolutely horrible. So whatever you're feeling, in fact, actually, breakups are very similar to a bereavement in a way, because you are still severing a connection with someone that may have been a very deep connection. Maybe you invested a lot of time in them and vice versa, and it really can be devastating when you suddenly lose that routine because you're so used to it for a long period of time. Now also, I don't know what the situation was for there to be such a breakup. I mean, this would be where you might have to explain to me, what was the reason for the breakup? Was it just the fact that you guys had sort of like, have you both just kind of evolved and you've sort of got your different interests now? You've just sort of like lost that affection for each other. did something more serious happen? I've had stories like this where like I've had guys in the past and they say, oh, I'm really devastated, and then they've told me. In fact, I had one. If actually this does remind me of a call that I had about a month ago, and then the guy had said that he was really upset, and he doesn't want to break up with his girl. He's suspicious of that she was like cheating on him and stuff, and then he came out with that he cheated on her, and I was like, dude, no wonder you're suspicious, and no wonder this like situation, it feels like it's coming to an end, because you've actually ruined the relationship, and now you're accusing her of ruining the relationship, and you're not taking responsibility for the fact that actually you were the one who damaged it. So although that's a completely different story and situation, point is, you might have to elaborate to me. Why did she end it? Let's put it this: if it was a case that basically you guys had just kind of moved on from loving each other, that there's just not that spark or connection with each other anymore, then that's okay. It's perfectly normal. Sometimes, or many times, we just kind of grow as people, and you do just get to a point where you've outgrown the other person, and it's horrible. And it's horrible to think about, but it's okay. Because what that means is then that there are other people out there in the world that are your type, who will make you happy, and who are going to be much more ideal and perfect for you. You don't really want to be spending time with someone or being in a relationship with someone who, doesn't want to necessarily be with you. You've put more. Oh, I love this. Okay, right. My friends and female friends said it sounded like there was stuff. Oh, there we go. Okay, sorry. Right, I love it. First time I let someone in and started to open up for a long time. Not her fault or mine. Just a mismatch of communication. She didn't want to carry on. Oh, well, there you go. That sounds like really then that you guys have essentially ended on a good note. I've heard of worse breakups, really. So don't let that dishearten you. That just tells me that you met someone who just wasn't quite what you were looking for. For whatever reason, at that moment in time, having a relationship with each other made sense. But again, it doesn't mean that it has to make sense forever. And I'd rather someone be with someone who they are compatible with, and they can actually ride the good and bad times together. Because, being realistic, everyone has good and bad parts of their relationships. I don't know if that motorcyclist realises he's still indicating right, but there you go. Everyone has good and bad moments in their relationships, and it's how you deal with them that actually builds or makes that relationship stronger. So I wouldn't feel disheartened. It sounds like there was nothing really you could do. If she's not someone who's willing to communicate certain things in the relationship for you to know where you stand, or for you to know how to be a supportive boyfriend, then she's not the one for you. That sounds like really then that's a journey for her to carry on with. And for you to then look at this and go, right, well, what lessons did I learn? What could I do better maybe for the next relationship, if anything? And maybe what sort of like mistakes did I make that I could have been more supportive for the next one? And all you do is then just acknowledge it. Sometimes there are people that there's literally nothing they could have done. In fact, many years ago, I had a relationship with a German girl that I'd met. And we'd been together for about 3-4 years. And I was sort of at that point where I was going to propose to her. But she was also, and this is a very cultural thing, but she very much was poker faced with her emotions. And I didn't always know like where I stood on certain things, which is what made me very hesitant about proposing, because I felt like as much as I really liked her and I loved her and cared for her, it just felt like that there was just something there that was telling me like, don't go 100% into all of this. And then it wasn't until we had discussions that there were things that actually I wasn't happy with how I was being supported or treated, that led to when I brought it up, I discovered that she just wasn't interested in giving me that support, that she couldn't give me that support that I needed. And it came to that realization and conclusion that as much as we loved each other, we just weren't going to give each other the support that we needed, and it's not what either of us wanted. Okay, so you've given me more. I love it. Hang on, just making sure I'm not going to walk in some dog poo. Oh yeah, you give me a few messages. Oh, I love it. This is amazing, Ian. Okay, right, I'm also just making sure, like, I'm always really wary when I have my phone out that, I don't want to get, like, it snatched. So, you've given me a lot here. Hang on. So, things I did. Okay, first time I let someone in, started opening up for a long time. It's not a fault of mine. Oh, I've read that one. Excuse me. I felt like I was on the edge of falling in love with her. She was having these doubts. Haha. Sorry for TMI, but there's some background. We had great times and I loved her personality and good convo. Doesn't feel like a good note as we haven't messaged each other since. Well, that's also normal. Sometimes the best way to move on from someone is to fully cut them out. So that's normal. It doesn't feel like a good note. So I don't want to reach out and upset her healing. That sounds right to me. I really tried to communicate openly. Just hurts to have felt I met someone with such a good fit, put a lot of work in, and still hurt them. Well, look, the thing is playing devil's advocate is that for you to be in this position actually says that you guys weren't a good fit, and that's okay. Our feelings and how we actually look at things logically are genuinely two very, very different things. What's it? They are two very, very different things. So, as much as you are hurting, you also have to recognise that actually it's okay. It just wasn't working out. She just wasn't the one. And it's a painful acknowledgement to sometimes accept, but she just wasn't the one. And you know what that also tells me is that there is a one out there for you. There is someone who is a much better fit, who you'll have a much better relationship with, who will be perfect for you. And I don't necessarily believe in this whole, like, the one thing, because the reality is there are millions and millions of people out there that are perfect for you. You just generally have to kind of play the numbers game, speak to enough people, and then you'll find that actually you will meet someone who's perfect. Hang on, this is going to be a little bit awkward for a moment. I've only got so many hands. There you go. Let's just tap in. Okay. There we go. But yeah, honestly though, Ian, it's what you're feeling is normal. So really then what is the next step for you is really kind of where we're getting at. We kind of acknowledge that you and her, as much as you feel like you might have been a good fit, the reality is that you just weren't right for each other. And that's okay. You might have felt like you were 99% there, but that 1%, if it's not quite there, then, that's okay as well. So we've acknowledged that. What else is there? Well, it's going to be the actual step of moving on. How do you move on? Well, you just take your time with it. You go slowly. Now, I don't know, I can't recall now if you actually said, you're giving me more, Ian. I love it. Hang on. This sounds right to me. I really like, that sounds right to me. I really tried to communicate openly. Just hurts to have felt I met someone with such a good fit, put a lot of work in, and still hurt. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I've read that one. Yeah, true. I'm doing better than with past breakups and better than a few months ago, but still hurts. Yeah, I mean, everyone's also going to be different with it. And again, you just have to take your time with it as well. You can't really control how much love someone has and how they deal with grievance. It can be very difficult. Um, uh, there we go. Hang on, that's just trying to cut myself out of the sun there. Oh, I love to do that. Yeah, I'm also very wary. I'm going to get sunburnt on my head today, I think. But yeah, what can you do with going forward though? I would say you've definitely absolutely got to put yourself out there, and just go slowly with it. So I don't know what kind of social life you have. I don't know if you're using dating apps. I don't know if you are actively going out and cold approaching, or if you're actually seeing someone as you're walking around and then you are mustering that courage to go and speak to them. But just take one step at a time. Even just at the very least going up to someone and just giving them a compliment, and wishing them a good day, just saying that they look great, is just a really easy incremental step, just to kind of like snap you out of that kind of grieving stage that you're in right now. And you got to understand with like emotions as well, it kind of like, it's a bit like clouds, and you'll have to forgive me for the metaphor, I think, with this, but emotions are a little bit like clouds. They're constantly moving. Sometimes they will hang overhead for a really long time. It'll be raining on you and stuff, but the clouds, they don't stay still. They're always constantly shifting. So one moment it will feel horrible for you, but that doesn't mean that's going to last forever. They are going to move on, and then you'll have blue skies, hopefully, like today. Hopefully you won't get your head sunburnt either, but yeah, just take it step by step. Even if, like, let's say you just end up using dating apps, you're not going out and doing approaching, you just still take your time with it. Only going on dates with people who you can tell you're going to have a good conversation with. I think filtering really hard is important. Let's just see what else is out. Oh, brilliant. I've got RKO Baby. Oh, yes, I love it. I love that I'm getting more questions through and stuff, or statements. I think being social. RKO Baby, I will get to you shortly. I want to kind of just help wrap up giving advice for Ian here. I think being social and going to things like events, etc., would be good, but I don't know if I'm in the mindset for cold approach just yet. The drive-by compliments, as you described, sound good though. Yeah, but you know what's even better? Just going to social events, just being sociable, even forgetting about cold approaching for the moment. Like, put even that idea aside. Just be in an environment, be around people that make you happy and just make you smile. It sounds cheesy, but at the very least, that will become a distraction from the breakup. And before you know it, you'll find as well that you'll be enjoying yourself at these events, and you'll meet someone who actually you'll find that you'll have things in common with, depending on what the events are that you go to. Like, let's say you start going to events where I don't know, maybe there's a theme to it, maybe it's like a hobby thing or an interest thing. Then you'll meet someone who's into the same thing as you, and you'll actually have something in common, and you'll already be starting off a relationship with someone new on the right foot, because you're getting to know someone, as well as there'll be that physical attraction there, rather than maybe just the physical attraction. And you know what? And that's a really good thing sometimes after you've had a breakup. No, I'm happy. That was a point of me doing these live streams. I know these are kind of sporadic and I do them at strange times, but no, I'd rather give people advice. It gives me something as well to talk about with people. And I enjoy giving advice. I've done it for enough years that I enjoy it. There you go. You've even got support there from RK Baby as well. What a name! I'd love to know how you came up with that. Is that kind of like a rap song or a rapper name or something? I feel like it might be. I don't know. So that's what I would suggest that you do, Ian, though. Just put yourself out there. Just start going to social events. Spend time more with friends. Wrestling, okay. Okay, nice. I'm gonna have to Google that. It's been a while since I've watched wrestling. I think the last time I watched wrestling was when there was Eddie Guerrero, before he passed away. So that is going back a few years ago now. But no, definitely put yourself out there, Ian. That's the best thing that you can do, and just pace yourself. The important thing is that there is no rush to get yourself into a relationship. And I actually, in a way, believe that yeah, you know what, you usually find the right person for you when you're not looking for it. So attend events, put yourself out there, build yourself up just slowly. Accept and acknowledge, you know, that breakups are bad, they're horrible. Um, have a think about what you can learn from that breakup, and then um, just bear them in mind for the next relationship that you have. But for now, the best thing that you can do is just meet people. And the more that you meet people, the less you'll be thinking about your breakup, and actually you'll find that you'll just naturally shift into a happier place. So I mean, I hope that kind of at least gives you some ideas, or just something to think about there. But yeah, you're not alone with feeling upset with a breakup, and most importantly, just recognise that that as much as you guys felt that you were compatible, there just wasn't that compatibility there. Otherwise, you guys would have been able to work through it. And sometimes you're better not to try and force a relationship to continue unnecessarily. Right, so RKO baby. All right, baby. It's a baby. All right, so let's just see that. Dan, make a Discord. I might make a Discord. It's just whether or not I've got the patience or the mental capacity to manage a Discord. But yeah, I might do. I might look into seeing how that can be managed and run, because it would be then good to have people to discuss things within that. So is the flaky nature of game beaten by just playing the numbers game? Yeah, I suppose it is. I mean, the thing is that usually if there's like flaky numbers, it's probably down to not enough of a connection was made during the yeah, that not enough of a connection was probably made during the initial interaction. And so, you know, the girls then afterwards are probably thinking like, that was a nice chat, but he's still a complete stranger. I don't know who he is. I don't know much about him, so I don't really want it to go anywhere. You also have to understand as well, people are entitled to their prerogative. I think that's the word. So everyone's entitled to obviously change their mind. Even us as guys as well. You know, you can end up getting a girl's phone number and then have a conversation with her, to go and arrange a date, and then she just says something like super weird, and you're like, yeah, I think I might pull out of this one. I might not go on a date with her. It happens, absolutely it happens. But ultimately, though, yeah, the numbers game element of it is that two things are essentially happening. One, you're building your confidence up more as you're meeting people, which then means that realistically you're going to be then having a stronger and better connection with people as you're going around meeting them. But also you're actually, when you're doing the whole as many people as you speak to thing as well, is that you are actually increasing the chances that you're going to speak to your kind of person that you particularly are attracted to, and you're going to be the type of guy that she wants to date, you know, both personality wise, both look wise, and so on. And certainly vibe plays a big element of attraction with people as well. Let's just see what else you put. All good. Yeah. I don't know about wrestling. Oh, okay. We go here. Second. Right, I'll do a little bit more on the train, and then I'll probably end it. I can't believe how much time's gone. Let's have a look at the comments. I don't know about wrestling, but thinking of taking up boxing or Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu again. Yeah, that's actually very good. That is very good. A lot of the kinetic movement and energy with that is great for confidence.
Welcome aboard this London North Western Railway service.
Stop making noise. So, okay, let's see what RKO Bebe has said. Me and a co-worker are attracted to each other. We have a lot of interests in common. And she isn't a wild girl, so I don't have to worry about modern day nonsense. Love it. Sometimes she can be emotionally volatile. Okay, I don't want to date someone at work for obvious reasons. Would be open to it if we were in separate jobs. Part of me wants to still develop, to still go to develop the skill set, but kind of afraid that I'll lose this girl if I do. She has a lot of decent qualities, but the emotional ups and downs are a bit